Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Wow, wow, wow. That is exactly what we expected, exactly what we wanted, and we've gotten exactly that. Now, listen to this: Burnley nil, Arsenal 5. That's not the crazy part. This is the crazy part. That is the first time in Arsenal's history, that we've scored 5+ goals in two consecutive away games. 6 against West Ham, 5 against Burnley. First time ever. You know, when Arsenal was formed back in the 1800s, that's the first time ever we've scored 5+ goals in two consecutive games. Absolutely amazing. And I'm reaching that point again where I'm starting to feel sorry for opponents. Once again today, Burnley, did they even have, I think, one shot on target in the 90th minute? Like, I never feel like we're going to concede a goal. I never feel like we're going to concede a goal. And the fact that you can play like that and also score goals, that number of goals, you know what? You need to go to Dubai again. Because there's no way we've just gone to Dubai and then scored 5 goals against Palace, 5 goals against Burnley, 6 against West Ham, another 3 against Liverpool. How many goals are those? 10, 16, 17, 18, 21 goals in 5 games since the Dubai break. We need to go to Dubai again. Finally, 5 wins in a row. I've been asking for that all season. We finally gotten 5 wins in a row, and everyone is looking good. Everyone is looking good. I mean, usually when you're in a title race like this, like the ceiling is so high. I usually like playing fast, so I don't like seeing Man City playing fast and then Liverpool playing fast and then us playing on the Sunday or the Saturday night. I don't like it because it's too much pressure. But the way we are responding these days, absolutely amazing. And the ceiling is so high these days. You know, 5 years ago, if Arsenal drew 1-1 with Chelsea, I'd be like, you know what, that is absolutely fine. That is Chelsea. We've drawn 1-1. That is fine. If we go to Tottenham and draw 1-1, I'm absolutely buzzing. If we go to Burnley and win 1-0 or 2-0 and you go away, get out of there with a win, I'll be absolutely buzzing. These days, we are playing Burnley today. We scored the second goal, and I'm like, yeah, that is not enough. We need more goals. Liverpool scored 4 today. They added 3 goals into their goal difference. We need more. We score a third goal. I'm like, yeah, still need more, still need more. 4. Can you make it 6 again? Maybe 8 this time. Like, you need so many goals. Man City have raised the bar so high. We need to score as many goals as we can against any single opponent. And we've picked up form right on time, man. Like, next week we have FC Porto. I know Champions League can be tricky, but you cannot tell me that I cannot be confident for that. Like, I'm kind of hoping, like, can we finish the game in the first leg? Like, that is how hopeful I am. That is how confident I am right now. And next week it's Newcastle. That those guys in West Ham, those are the two teams I wanted us to revenge against because they stole against us. I want 6 or 7 against Newcastle next week, but we'll talk about that next time. Today it's Burnley nil, Arsenal 5. Another convincing victory, another game where we dominated the entire game. I was asking for maybe 1 or 2 players to be rested. He went to the first team, no problem. I guess you just need to finish your job and then you take off the players. You can't take any team for granted. I watched Burnley against Liverpool last week. Burnley created like 5 or 6 chances against Liverpool at Anfield last week. Today, Odegaard just gets the ball. He just controls everything. The opponent cannot have a touch. You know, Kivior is bombing forward. Kivior is playing like Roberto Carlos, and everything is just absolutely perfect for us. Remember, this is an Arsenal team that apparently is not scoring enough goals and is also not with injuries. Jesus is out. Zinchenko is out. Tomiyasu was out. There's so many players out. Timber is out, Partey is out, Vieira is out. We are missing so many players even today. And if Tomiyasu comes back to the Arsenal team, he's a starter. If Timber comes back, he's potentially a starter. If Partey comes back, he's potentially a starter. Jesus comes back to this team, he's a starter. So the fact that we are winning all these games without all these players and we are making it so comfortable, the games are ending in the first half, I am absolutely buzzing with that. Now, speaking of the goals, a lot of people are complaining about Arsenal not scoring enough goals at the beginning of the season. I did say, as long as we keep on winning games, if it means we're not scoring now, but you're going to score in the last 2-3 months of the season, if that is what it means, then I'm absolutely fine with that. Because last season we scored a bunch of goals early in the season, but at the end of the season, it kind of dried up and we started losing 1-0 to Forest, 3-0 to Brighton, and all those guys. We couldn't score goals last season at the end of the campaign. This time, we are scoring the goals right on time, literally after the break. Absolutely crazy. So that is another big win for us away from home. I think this is also the first time, again, another crazy start. This is the first time we've won 5 games in a row at the beginning of the year. Again, absolutely crazy. And people would say this opponent, those are not easy teams we've played, guys. That is Liverpool at home, that is West Ham away. Maybe Burnley would be easy for us, yes, but the teams we've beaten, Nottingham Forest away from home, these are the teams that actually beat us last season. Nottingham away from home, Liverpool last season, we drew with them. West Ham last season, we drew with them. So for us to go out there and beat all of them in a row, looking absolutely convincing. Trossard is scoring on a daily basis. Saka is scoring on a daily basis. If Saka gets 90 minutes every day like he usually does, he would have had two hat tricks in a row by now. Absolutely perfect. Odegaard is looking back to his best. Ben White is looking back to his best. Whoever is playing in midfield, Jorginho, Rice, whoever, all of them are absolutely fine as well. Martinelli is getting an assist here, a goal here. Havertz is scoring goals. We are scoring from throw-ins, not the long throws from like Delap from Stoke back in the day. We're actually doing those like throw balls, like from a throw-in though. We've scored like from 4 throw-ins this season, which is crazy. I'm not happy though. We didn't score from a corner. Do we have to score from a corner? We don't need to. 5-0 up against Burnley. I'm absolutely buzzing. Let's go through the match reaction and then I'll come to your comments. This was Arsenal's lineup today, so no changes at all. We went to the same team from last week: Raya, Gabriel, Saliba, Kivio, Ben White, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Martinelli. Absolutely no problem. Personally, I would have rested Declan Rice, but as I said, you can't take any Premier League game for granted. You might rest Declan Rice and then you end up really, really missing him. And it's not time to drop points at all. Now, Liverpool, City, those guys are winning, 4 goals, 3 goals. We have to keep up. We have to keep up. On the bench, Ramsdale, Cedric, El Neni, Jorginho, Smith-Rowe, Nketiah, Nelson, Sweet, and Bandera. So those were the guys on the bench. As you can tell, we are still missing a lot of players. Because let's say we have Tomiyasu replace Sweet Tomiyasu, replace Bandera with, Fabio Vieira, replace El Neni with Partey. That would be a strong bench. And if we had the option to call upon Partey from the bench and Tomiyasu from the bench and Jesus from the bench today, again, just like the West Ham game, it could have been 8-0 for both of those games. We are creating chances. We are still missing a couple, but recently we've started to bang in those goals, and it's absolutely fantastic. I need to check the table because I'm pretty sure we definitely have the best defensive record. I'm kind of thinking we also have the best attacking record right now. Let me just confirm that. I think we've scored the same goals as Liverpool. I mean, I've lost count. That is how many goals you're scoring these days. PLT. And on top of that, by the way, guys, Tottenham lost again. I had a Tottenham fan a couple of weeks ago being asked, do you think you finish above Arsenal? And they said yes. I wonder if they still think so. So we've scored, Liverpool have scored 59, you've scored 58. So they're 1 goal up on us. But in terms of goal difference, we are number 1 in terms of goal difference. 36, Liverpool 35, and City 31. Even if we give them 3 goals in this game, they're coming to play against Chelsea, it's still going to be behind us. So goal difference is very important. That is an extra point. Goal difference is an extra point for your team because competing with Man City, the levels are so high, man, as we've said. You can't even win 3-0. You need to win 5-0, 6-0 against top teams. And I'm looking at the fixtures: Newcastle at home next, then Sheffield, and then we'll have Brentford at home. Can we do it? Can we go 8, 9 wins in a row? We've never really done that. I think last time we did like 7 in a row. We've never won like 10 games in a row. It's been very long. That would be crazy if you can win 9, 10 games in a row and still keep up. And what is crazy, Man City is so annoying. We can win every single game between now and the end of the season and they still win the Premier League. That would be so annoying. But hey, as long as you keep on winning, I'm happy. Let's go through the match reaction. As I said, my prediction for the game was 4-1 to Arsenal. I was kind enough to give Burnley a goal and take away from us. I predicted 5 goals in the game, but I thought 1 was going to be for them, 4 for us. The game started kind of, very quick as always, just like we used to do last season. Odegaard, Martinelli involved in the play. Odegaard is back to his best. I said when he went to Dubai, there's 3-4 players who really needed that Dubai break, and Odegaard was one of them. The form was kind of up and down. Ben White definitely needed that break in Dubai, and potentially Martinelli and Saka. Those guys needed that break in Dubai, and they've come back different players. Saka is scoring, more confident. You can tell the shots, right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter. He's absolutely buzzing. First goal, the first 3 minutes, Martin Odegaard, absolutely amazing. Fantastic assist from Martinelli. Odegaard from the ozone, as always, if the ball drops to him in that position, but he might as well just count it as a goal, and fantastic finish from him. I still can't believe there's still people who think Odegaard is not a good player. Like, can someone explain to me, how do you think Odegaard is not a good player? Like, in the Premier League, it's only De Bruyne I can tell you in that position who's better than him. I don't. If you tell me Bruno Fernandes, I'm like, nah, hell no, hell no. Odegaard, in terms of the way he makes football look easy, even in the second half, that pass to Saka, he just makes football look so easy. And the things that you expect him just pass the ball there, he'll just pass differently and he'll put a through pass and you're like, oh, there was some space there, you don't even see it. It's just absolutely amazing. So 1-0 to Arsenal in the first 3 minutes. Fantastic start, exactly what you need against a team like Burnley, because they might score. They do have the potential of scoring a goal. So if you score a goal, they need to attack even more and they'll open more spaces for you. And the rest of the next 10-15 minutes, we were creating a few chances. Trossard had one. Saka I absolutely loved Saka's work rate today. He was coming back to midfield, making tackles, clearances. He was winning the ball, playing a 1-2 with Trossard, trying to create chances for Trossard and for Kai and for Odegaard. Fantastic performance from Saka today. We finally got in the Saka from last season. His numbers are just crazy. Like, we don't even need to check his numbers. He just always gets goals and assists. Always, every single day, he gets a goal or assist, whether he plays well or doesn't. We had to wait a long time to get our second goal. We missed a couple of chances, a couple of not open chances, clear-cut chances, but let's say half chances. Trossard was involved in like 2 of them. He should have maybe at least hit a shot on target with one of them. And then finally came a penalty for Arsenal. Trossard did some nice work from Havertz and Trossard to win us that penalty. It looked like Odegaard was going to take it, but Saka stepped up as most times, like he does most of the times, and he converted it. I mean, not his best penalty, but at least he put it in the corner, because I think if Trafford continued to go to that side, he would have saved it, but it doesn't matter. Saka made it 2-0. Another thing that I really love about Arsenal, we score all of our corners pretty much, like at least let's say a quarter of our corners, which is really, really good. Like, we've scored the most corners in the league. On top of that, we even score from throw-ins, like not long throws, but like through passes from long throws, like direct from a throw, and then the person doing the throwing directly to a player like Jesus against Nottingham, like today for Havertz goal. That and penalties. We don't miss penalties, and that is fantastic, because in the Champions League and all that, you might end up in a penalty shootout. The fact that Saka just this season has scored all of his penalties, like 5 of them or something. Odegaard has scored all of his penalties. Havertz scored his, Vieira scored his, Jorginho scored his. Like, all of these guys are converting their penalties, which is absolutely incredible. I think I missed one as well. We even won the penalty shootout against Man City in the Community Shield, which is perfect. You get a penalty, you score from it. Those are goals. I don't know why people complain about that, like Arsenal only scores from corners and penalties. Those are goals, and you don't only score from corners and penalties, but those are goals. That is part of the game. Chelsea have scored like the most penalties this season. That is part of the game. You get a penalty, you score. If you didn't get fouled, you probably would have scored. So 2-0 to Arsenal right before halftime. Exactly what you need. Saka did get a silly yellow card. I don't like when players get a yellow card for kicking away the ball, because it might end up costing you. Might end up getting a silly red card in that game, or later on get suspended for a crucial game because he got a silly yellow card for kicking away the ball. But he did, and it was 2-0 at halftime. I was very, very, very happy that by that time it was game over. I wouldn't expect Burnley to create anything or to score 2 goals. And by halftime, Burnley had not had a shot on target. Like, the way we make football look so easy, Gabriel, those guys at the back, all of them, plus Rice in midfield, we just don't allow the opponents to have a shot on target. And it's literally anyone, everyone. Burnley, Liverpool, don't allow people to have shots on target. I think since we came back from Dubai, we might have allowed opponents out of the 5 games, maybe 6 shots on target in total, which is crazy. You're supposed to consider at least 6 shots on target per game, 5-6 shots on target per game. For us, we are considering like 1 or sometimes 0 in a game, which is just absolutely incredible. I'll come to your comments. Let me just finish the match reaction first. And then second half started. I was hoping I would get to that goal quickly and then make subs, because we have FC Porto on Wednesday. Saka, very, very early in the second half. Again, I've seen people have been comparing, or at least say it's better than Saka, Neto is better than Saka. I've had Antony is better than Saka. I've had a lot of things. When Saka did not score for 1 or 2 games, everyone was better than Saka at that time. They were saying everyone was better than Saka. Apparently, Saka cannot use his weaker foot. I don't know which games they've been watching, because we've seen Saka scoring with his right foot a lot of times, including today. Another fantastic finish. Again, nice work from Kiwi on that left side. Nice work from Havertz as well. And the pass from Odegaard, just absolutely amazing. Exactly what I'm saying. Like, that Odegaard pass to Saka, that through ball, someone else to just pass the ball to Saka's feet. But Odegaard sees the little space in between the defenders, and he puts the through ball there. And Saka, being Saka, he'll just hit it in and he'll make it 3-0. I've even lost count of how many goals Saka has scored. He just scores every single day. Odegaard, once again today, a goal and an assist. Things we love to see. I want them to keep on going like that. We really need these goals. They were also comparing, that time when we had like Saka with 4 goals, Odegaard with 3 goals. I think Nketiah was our top scorer, and they were making fun of us. I'd like to know how many goals we've reached now in terms of that, because apparently Arsenal do not score enough goals. If Arsenal do not score enough goals, that means everyone else does not score enough goals, because it's only Liverpool who scored 1 more than us. So 3-0 to Arsenal. Let me try and be as humble as possible. Trossard had a chance in the 63rd minute, could have made it 4-0. Trossard had a lot of chances today. Some have chances, some maybe could have been offside, but he could have had a hat-trick today, just like the other game against West Ham. He was really trying. Between the 60th minute and his goal, 5 minutes there, he had like 4 shots. One of them I think was saved, another one was mishit, and then finally came the goal. I actually made a mistake. I think the 3rd goal was not from the Kiwior run. The 4th goal was the one that was from a Kiwior run. Kiwior ran forward like he was Roberto Carlos or Bale back in his Tottenham days, early Tottenham days, and the ball fell to Trossard. Trossard made it 4-0. Fantastic. I need Trossard to keep on scoring. I've players like Nketiah and Nelson, I kind of feel sorry for them, because Nketiah he was our top scorer, and he'd feel like, listen, if Jesus is not there, I'm the one who's going to play. Right now, I think he's so far down. Like, if Jesus is not there, it's Trossard. Even Havertz would be probably the 3rd option in our strikers. We have so many different options now. We can play Martinelli forward if we want. We can play a false 9 if we want. So I think Nketiah and Nelson have just dropped in the terms of the pecking order. I don't think there's any way both Nketiah and Nelson will be here next season. At least one of them will leave. One of them might stay, but I think at least one of them will leave. Whether it's a loan deal or being sold, I can't see them there, because especially if you buy a striker, I don't see where Nketiah will get his game time. So I think this might be his final season at Arsenal. Whether it's on loan or selling, I don't know. We made 3 subs. Nketiah, Nelson, and Cedric came on for Trossard, Saka, and White. Let me tell you, when you see Cedric making back-to-back appearances and playing 30, 40 minutes in 2 games in a row, you know we are really doing good. The moment we're starting to bring on Cedric every single game, things are really, really looking good. We're giving him game time, giving El Neni game time, giving all these guys game time. We are finishing the job nice and early, things you love to see. And the icing on the cake, icing on the cake. Harvard scoring is always icing on the cake. Always icing on the cake, because I know people are not the biggest fans of him, but that goal was really good. Again, Kiwior, a big part to play in that goal. Very, very good throw into Havertz, and Havertz cut inside the defender, and fantastic finish with the right foot to make it 5-0. Really, really happy that he scored, because he had gone a couple of games without scoring. Fantastic finish from him, and then that could afford us the chance to rest Declan Rice, bring in Jorginho, rest Kai Havertz, bring in Smith Rowe. Raya had his first save of the game in the 87th minute, and then basically 10 minutes added on. I wanted us to add a 6th. I wanted one of them to score, Nketiah or Nelson, or Smith Rowe, especially Smith Rowe has not scored for such a while. I really wanted Smith Rowe to get on the score sheet, but I had no time to be greedy. We still broken a lot of records today, including the one that is absolutely crazy. That is the first time we scored 5+ goals in 2 away games in a row in our history, which is just absolutely crazy. A lot of players looking back to their best, including Saka and Odegaard. What a time to be alive. I'm really, really looking forward to that game against FC Port, in that game against Newcastle last week. Again, every time Arsenal just won 5-0 and 6-0 in a week, but that is not what they're going to be talking about. They're going to be talking about how the hell are Arsenal more favorites to win the Champions League ahead of Inter Milan? No, Arsenal is overrated. That is fine. I really wish you could play Inter Milan and Leverkusen today just to prove you guys wrong, but we can't. We're just going to do our job, and then next round, if you face Inter Milan or whatever, we will see. We will see when we reach that time. But hopefully they'll talk about how good Arsenal is in terms of attacking, because I did say back in November when people are complaining about us not scoring enough goals, I said it's not that Arsenal cannot score enough goals. It's just because we chose that way of playing, of dominating possession, and potentially not getting tired early, and at least saving our energy until the second part of the season. It's now looking that way, because the number of goals we scored recently It could have been 5 against Liverpool in the Premier League. It could have been 10 against West Ham today. It could have been 8 against Burnley. Nottingham Forest could have been 3 or 4. Like, things are looking absolutely fantastic for Arsenal. Let me come to your comments before I come to the player ratings. A lot of you commenting, I appreciate it. Ray says, nice seeing you, Ray. Shaping up quite good against Porto. I'm really looking forward to it. I watched Porto last week. They conceded 3 goals. I'm really looking forward to that game as well. Now, FC Porto have better attacking quality than Burnley, so they might score. They have the likes of Galen on those guys, Taremi, before he leaves at the end of the season. They have good players playing up front, so they could easily score against us. But if we can get even a 2-1 win there, I'd be very, very happy. Because if we can make it big and have a slightly calmer home game against them the following after 3 weeks, that would be great. Hopefully you guys can hear me. The internet is going a bit down. I was wise taking 2 Arsenal defense in my score this time for FPL. Yeah, we never look like we're going to score goals. We are Arsenal, says Roy. Absolutely. Emmanuel says, haha, okay, let's see what the bad wishers will say. Amazing. I'll tell you what they'll say, Emmanuel. It was only Burnley, it was only Burnley. If Arsenal did not score 5 goals in that game, it's not good enough. It's still not good enough. Why didn't they score from a corner today? Why didn't they score from? They scored a penalty. The Saka only scored. Oh my God, Saka scored a penalty against West Ham and Burnley. He only scores from penalties. They'll always have things to say, but we'll just keep on winning, and then they'll decide not to notice whatever they don't want to notice. But we'll just keep on winning. Absolutely fantastic. Newcastle, you have not forgotten. Yep, absolutely, Stanislas. That is the team that is remaining for me. It was West Ham and Newcastle. They robbed us, blatantly robbed us in daylight. They robbed us. We will be there. We will be there. Let's see. Even in the Invincibles did not achieve this feat. Yep. Even Thierry Henry could not do what Kai Havertz did today and score the 5th goal and make it back-to-back 5+ goals in 2 away games. Not even Reyes, not even Perez, not even Vieira. None of them could do this. Just as we wanted, says Philium. Our boys have done it again. In attack we trust, says Alimo. Again, I still see conversations about it. Now, I don't have a problem with people being. I should even talk about that right now. We shouldn't be talking about it. It's out right now. That is stupid. But I usually don't mind anyone's opinion. If your opinion is this and that, I don't really mind it. But if you can't see the way we are playing and the way we've played the last 2 years, I wouldn't want the structure to be broken down and start again. I wouldn't want that at all. Like, I am so far away from, if you'll probably never hear me saying Arteta out in the next 1 or 2 years. It will need to absolutely go absolutely disastrous, like 20 defeats in a row. You know what? It's another big win and clean sheet, says Wisdom. A lot of wisdom you've shown us there. We played well. We are waiting for Newcastle. Newcastle need to pay back for that fake goal, says Joshua. If Arsenal doesn't score 3 goals in first leg, I'm gonna run naked around my street, says Ray. Wow, a lot of pressure on Arsenal. I don't think the neighbors want to see that, Ray. We are the Gunners. Wow, job well done, says Mary. Absolutely amazing, says Joseph. Kanu says, congratulations, we played well. Joshua says, Kive is the good defender. If you notice, we are not conceding goals now. He's really improved. I didn't like him as a left back in the first half of the season, but recently, he's really played well in that position. And to think, Kive now, he's playing really well. And we have defenders coming back, remember? But even if Tomiyasu comes back, Zinchenko, Timber, Kive wants to prove himself and show, hey, I've been playing well. You don't have to bring Timber, Zinchenko back. We are playing well. But we need everyone. Between now and the end of the season, we need everyone. If everyone cannot stay fit or stuff like that, we need whoever is coming on to be okay. If we go back to the Arsenal that we had even 5 years ago, I don't like mentioning players' names, but hey, they're no longer Arsenal players. But there's sometimes an Arsenal defender like Monreal used to be very underrated. Monreal would go off and we'd bring in, let's say, Kolasinac or Maitland-Niles, and I'm like, that is such a downgrade on what we had. Or we'd take off Koscielny and bring someone else terrible. Or if Aubameyang got injured, whoever was coming on, you're not so sure. Right now, the team we have, you know how many players we are missing? We're missing like 7 players, and 5 or 6 of them would be starters. Like, we've not missed Partey this season. Partey was really crucial in our title race last season. We've not missed him because Declan Rice has made everything look so easy. A team like a player like Kivio, we are not missing Zinchenko and Tomias the last couple of games because Kivio is playing well. A player like Trossard is not a starter, remember? Jesus is. We are not missing Jesus right now because Trossard is just scoring goals every single game, fantastic finishes every single game, left foot, right foot, does not matter. All of them are absolutely fantastic, man. It's such a great time to be an Arsenal fan. Brilliant 11 goals, 2 clean sheets in 2 games, says Lee. There's a time again, 11 goals in it would need like 5 games for us to reach 11 goals. 11 goals. Kivia is good when he's playing old-fashioned football by not converting. You're right. If you just tell him to do his job and just to defend, he does well, and just overlap when you can, he does well. I think we've been using Ben White as an inverted fullback against West Ham, and today we didn't really need to do that. But Arteta is a genius once again. Like all these 5 games that we've played since we came back from Dubai, if you watch all those 5 games back, we've used different tactics, every single one of them. There's one that Kivia was inverting, another one Ben White was the one who was inverting, another one Trossard was playing as the number 8, Havertz up front, another one Havertz is playing as the number 8, Trossard up front, another one Martinelli is going into the middle and Trossard going to the left side. Sometimes you have, the set pieces and all that. Like the way we just change every single game is fantastic, and we still keep the momentum and still keep the usual, the fact that we don't give the opponents any chances, the fact that we don't concede any shots on target, the fact that we're now scoring a bunch of goals and creating a lot. Fantastic. Emmanuel says that's great. Thanks. I'm now predicting Arsenal to win 4-0 against Newcastle. Emmanuel doesn't even want to wait. He's ready to predict right now. He also says beautiful game, fantastic. Arsenal is on fire, says Muiz. Fantastic game, says Manuel. Pathia says the boys are doing good. We are the Gunners for life. Michael says clean. You know what? I'm not going to bring it up, but yes, I have seen your comments, Michael. We are cooking something. Says Miz. We're really cooking something. Bin says wow, so amazing. Currently, everybody. We don't care even for if we get Real Madrid. Yeah, bring them on. If they don't value our players, they're worth. Not every pundit loves the way we are playing and winning our games. I think even being very kind, saying not every. I think at least 90% of them do not like seeing Arsenal win games like this. Congratulations to my team. That comment was from Umar. Nalule says, wow, congratulations to my team. I'll come to the rest of your comments. Let me do the player ratings very, very quickly. Chelsea is about to play Man City. I mean, I usually just want us to win our games. I'm not in a position to expect Man City or Liverpool to drop points. If they drop points, great, but I never sit down praying that Chelsea score goals against Man City. No, I know De Bruyne and Haaland are going to score, so whatever. Burnley 0, Arsenal 5 player ratings. Let's start. Another big win for Arsenal. Things you'll have to see. David Dreyer did not have anything to do, but the things that he had to do, like collecting the ball from their free kicks and corners, and the one save that he had to make in the 87th minute or something, and the kicks that he's really improved these days. No one is talking about David Raya, which is great. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for today. Another clean sheet. I'm pretty sure we have the most clean sheets this season. 7 for David Raya. Defensively, we didn't have a lot to do. We made it look so easy. I'm going to give Gabriel a 7 out of 10. A very underrated defender. People still don't respect Gabriel. I really do think he's on the same level with Saliba. He is very good. 2 years ago, he was making a few mistakes. He was getting red cards, all that, giving away penalties. These days, he's so composed. He makes everything look so easy. He scores goals every single time. 7 out of 10 for Gabriel. Saliba, 7 out of 10. There's a couple of times there, I think Fofana and another guy were trying to get in behind, but Gabriel and Silva are just there. So 7 out of 10 for all of them. Kivio stood out for me, though. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I would have even given him an 8.5. And that rating, I'd written down that rating before he made the run for the 4th goal and before he got the assist for the 5th goal. His throw-in to Havertz led to the 5th goal, and he also contributed to the 4th goal with his run and across that to Trossard's 4th goal. Fantastic. Maybe he should even be, you know what? Assist. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. He's not even an attacking fullback, but he's gotten an assist and like a pre-assist, and he's defended really well, not his position again. I'm going to give Kivia a 9 out of 10. I think he's a contender for man of the match. Really impressed with this performance today. Keep on doing that, man. Keep on doing that, because in January, some people are talking about Kivio potentially being sold. When you are talking about where you can get money to get a striker, people are saying sell Nketiah, sell Nelson, and people are even saying sell Kivio. But if he keeps on playing like this, it's a good option to have a player who can come on and play as a left back, as a centre back. Fantastic. Ben White, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Another underrated player, but he's back to his best since that Dubai break. I really need us to go to Dubai again. Maybe even this time you can take. They took their families to Dubai, and people are like, why the hell are they taking their families there? It's time to consider. This time, if you go to Dubai, you can take your extended families. I don't care. You can take your grandmothers and your great-grand. You can even take us fans to Dubai. We are ready to go to Dubai with you guys, because if we are scoring that number of goals every single time since going to Dubai, we need to go to Dubai again, even if it means in the middle of the season. Let's go. In the middle of the week, let's go to Dubai. Ben White, 7 out of 10. Declan Rice, 7 out of 10 there's nothing wrong to say with Declan Rice. Like, he's always so perfect. Maybe once he did lose the ball today, but apart from that, it just makes football look so easy. 7 out of 10 for Declan Rice. Kai Havertz, very, very good goal, very good finish. I mean, he's always involved in the play. Like, if I take a look at these goals, first goal, second goal, he was involved. He's the one who passed the ball to Trossard and we won a penalty. The third goal was Saka. Yes, the third goal as well. Was it the third goal? Yeah, the third goal is the one who gave Odegaard the pass as well, and Odegaard passed the ball to Saka and we scored. So he has a lot of pre-assists. He doesn't get the assist, but he gets the pre-assist. He was involved in the play. Like, he's not quiet. People used to complain about, I don't know, maybe some of you still complain about Havertz being ghost. I don't think you can say he's been ghost today or against West Ham or against Liverpool. He's definitely been involved in the play now, and he scored a goal today. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I wanted to give 8, but I think 8 is slightly higher. 7 out of 10 for him. I would have given him a 7.5 if I was giving halves. Odegaard, this guy is just amazing, man. 8 out of 10 for Odegaard. Fantastic goal to open the scoring very, very early in the game. And the assist to Saka just makes football look so easy every single time. Our captain, we signed him for 35 million. We signed Odegaard for 35 million. If you try and sign Odegaard from us right now, I'm not kidding you, we are going to ask for like 120, 30 million or something like that. He's like, in terms of the way he's improved since he became an Arsenal player, since the first time he was here, fantastic. And he's one of the players like Gabriel who've been there through all that. You know, he was playing with Aubameyang and Lacazette and Smith Rowe. He was there. Odegaard was there for like a season or something. I think he even got to play with Ceballos, if I'm not wrong. He was there. And he's now there with the team that has completely now changed. Martinelli's a starter. Saka is a starter. He's seen Saka growing. He's seen Martinelli growing. He's been there. So I'm going to give Odegaard an 8 out of 10. Another fantastic game. And I don't even need to look at the stats. I'm sure he even created more chances. 8 out of 10 for Odegaard. Saka, 8 out of 10 for him. Fantastic finish for the second goal. And the penalty as well, as I said, he just never misses. I mean, he missed one last time, but most of the times he's going to score it, and he absolutely love it. The confidence is back. Saka's confidence is back. When he gets a chance to shoot, he's going to put it on target. That Liverpool game that we lost in the FA Cup was very, very strange, because Saka missing chances, and we were missing so many chances. Trossard was missing, Havertz was missing, Jesus was missing. We were missing so many chances. But this is now the Arsenal that I know, because I know these guys are very good. I know if you put Saka in front of the goalkeeper 10 times, he's going to score at least 8 times. If you put Martinelli in front of the goalkeeper 10 times, he's potentially going to score 9 times. Trossard potentially 8, 9 times out of the 10. They're not supposed to be missing these chances, and I'm fine. I'm happy that they're finally like putting it in the goal. So Saka 8 out of 10. Martinelli assisted the first goal. He was making some good runs throughout the game, giving the fullback a tough time. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He didn't score, but he created a couple of chances. There's one that he created for Trossard, and he also got the assist for the Odegaard goal with his run. Fantastic. Another player that I think has really improved since he went to Dubai. 7 out of 10 for Martinelli. Trossard, he missed a couple of chances, but he finally got his goal. He was always involved again. 7 out of 10 for Trossard. Hopefully that is fair enough. So let me recap that. Raya 7, Gabriel 7, Saliba 7, Kivio 9, White 7, Rice 7, Havertz 7, Odegaard 8, Saka 8, Martinelli 7, Trossard 7. Let me know if you'd change any of those. Is 9 too high for Kivio? Do you think Odegaard and Saka should have higher? I'll nominate the three of them for the man of the match. I'll put Paul as always out of the game. Nelson, after he came on, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Same with Nketiah. Smith Rowe as well was true. They were trying to create a few chances here and there with Nketiah. Maybe one of them could have scored or something. Smith Rowe 6. Cedric didn't have a lot to do, to be honest. 6 out of 10. Jorginho wasn't on for too long. 5 out of 10. Arteta back-to-back big wins away from home. There's a time after we played Liverpool, I was like, we're going to have like 3-4 away games in a row. West Ham, Burnley, FC Porto. We've made them look so easy. 11-0 in 2 games. I'm very confident for the FC Porto game. Imagine you go there and you score another 4 something. That would be scenes. Mata for today, I'm considering the opponent as well. That's why I'm not going to give him a 10 or anything. 8 out of 10. He made the sub 67th minute, Trossard, Saka, White, all that. I mean, we also need to be fair because I also want Saka to score a hat-trick. I want him to stay on and score a hat-trick, but most of us usually say take Saka off after we score 2 goals, 3 goals. So we can't change that after we've scored those 3 goals. Would have been nice because I know if he played 90 minutes today in the West Ham game, he would have gotten a 1 hat-trick at least in one of those games. So 8 out of 10 for Arteta. Things are looking good. It's changing things around. We are scoring goals the way we know we are able to score goals. You know what's crazy? Apparently, Arsenal have not been that great attacking this season, but if we keep on this form, we can hit 100 goals this season. That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. So 8 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta. Man of the match, I gave Kivio 9 out of 10. I think it's between him and Odegaard, 1 or maybe even Saka. I'm going to do a poll as always. Make sure to vote on that. And if you haven't hit the like button, if you enjoy that, make sure to hit the like button. I always forget to ask for that, but it helps the channel out. We need a Dubai break, says out for sure. Maybe even this time go there for 2 weeks. So if Chelsea beat Leeds in the FA Cup, we are not going to be playing that week. Our game against Chelsea will be postponed. So we are going to play Brentford, and then the next week we're not going to have a game. And then the next 2 weeks is going to be an international break. So there's a time, I think, in March, you're not going to play for 3 weeks. We need to go to Dubai, forget the international break. Go to Dubai, go there for, 3 weeks or something. Just go for the whole 3 weeks. Come back on the Friday come on the Friday night and then play on Saturday morning if you want. Porto will hear it's on fire right now, says Abby. Martinelli is off form. No, I don't necessarily agree with that. He was off form in November and December. Right now, he's not off form. He's involved in most of the things that we do. Crystal Palace, he came on 10 minutes, fantastic. Liverpool, fantastic against them as well. Nottingham, maybe not so much against Nottingham. I don't remember its performance that well. Last game we played against West Ham, I mean, he's still getting assists and still getting involved. I mean, Saka and Odegaard have been better than him, yes, but I don't think he's off form. Right now, Chelsea are about to score. No way. Oh, I was just kidding myself. Is there anyone who's off form right now? I don't think there's any Arsenal player who's off form right now. 1 month ago, yes, Saka was off form, Martinelli was off form, Odegaard, White. Right now, I don't think there's anyone who's off form at all. I think everyone is playing well. Kuta says, even after beating Man City in the Covent Shield, you're still comparing our players with Man City. We are by far ahead of Liverpool and Man City. We have to give them the respect. We are by far, we've read that one, on top of the table if it was not for the corruption in the Newcastle game and the other team and the ball was out of play. Yeah, but I guess if you say that to a Liverpool fan, they'll tell you the same thing again about their Tottenham game, that they were robbed and the penalty they should have had against us. We don't care about them though. It's great. As an Arsenal fan, it's good that you believe that hey, we are better than them. That is good. That is a first step in terms of winning the league. We have to believe that we are better than them. I'm happy for Arsenal's wins. Credit goes to Mikel for not making changes because of the Champions League game, says John. Fair enough. Up the Gunner says Yakubu. Up the Gunner says Ali. Up the Gunner says Francis as well. Then also says nice one. Uma says Porto, we are coming for you. Jackson says I'm not commenting today, still drinking and having fun with Chelsea fans. Yeah, if you've gotten it, your Chelsea top on. I mean, I still expect Man City to win, but yeah, next week it's Newcastle. Midweek, Man City is playing Brentford and Liverpool is playing Luton, so we'll need to catch up on the weekend. Liverpool are not playing next weekend because they have the final, but their game has been pushed to this Wednesday, so they'll play early. They'll potentially go 5 points ahead of us, and we'll need to bounce back on Saturday. Not bounce back, but answer their potential win against Luton and Man City's potential win against Chelsea and Brentford in the midweek. But in terms of the way the goal difference, Ubale, how are you? Nice seeing you. Remains Newcastle and Aston Villa. We have unfinished business with them. Yeah, I forgot about Aston Villa as well. Even that one should have been 1-1 in that game. Maybe even more. Missed so many chances in that game. I think Arsenal is back, says Nalula. I think we're definitely back. In terms of Arsenal are back in the title race, I never thought we left the title race. Bad results against West Ham and Fulham, but if we had lost to Liverpool, that is when I would have said yes, the title race is potentially done. But 5 wins in a row, first time in our history we've won 5 games in a row at the start of the year. First time we've won 2 away games by 5+ goals in a row. Last time we scored 6, biggest away win in Premier League history for us. Things are looking good, man. And this, again, just a reminder, this is without Partey, this is without Vieira, this is without Jesus, without Zinchenko, without Timber, Tomiyasu, so many players who are out, so many of them. So things are looking really, really promising for Arsenal. Let's see if Chelsea can do anything here. Don't really expect it. Don't pray for it. Whatever happens. We just need to keep up. Our next games are Newcastle, Sheffield, Chelsea if it doesn't get postponed, and Brentford. We should win all 4 games, 4 of them in a row. It should be 9 wins in a row. That's the standard, guys. We have to win like 10, 12 games in a row if you want to win the Premier League title. That's where we are. That's the team we are competing with. But really, really happy with how Arsenal are doing right now. The way we are just winning every single game nowadays. Things are looking absolutely great for us. So I appreciate it. The preview comes out tomorrow, very early tomorrow, because we are playing. Now, yeah, I'll have the preview out tomorrow in the middle of the day because we're playing on the Wednesday. And then, as always, from Monday, news every single day, news video. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button if you haven't. Come on, Arsenal, another massive W.